Girls in my crib, serious.
Ladies and gentlemen, without wasting much of our time, let me call on Honorable Tokunbo Olunloyo, the Chairman APC Professional Women Council United Kingdom, who is going to be talking to us about what has been the impact of the renewal agenda of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu on the women. A round of applause, ladies and gentlemen, for Honorable Tokunbo Olunloyo.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you, Gigi. Someone saw me with my laptop and said, "Oh, you really prepared for this." And I said, "I'm a speaker, and as a speaker, you do prepare for everything that is being given to you or presented to you. It doesn't matter if it's one person, two persons, 50 people, 1 million people. This is what I do." So, by way of introduction and standing on the existing protocols, welcome everyone. Thank you so much for being here. My name is Tokunbo Olunloyo. I am the Diaspora coordinator for the Professional Women Council, and I'm excited to be here today to be talking about this topic. Now, before I go on, a lot has been said, and I just wanted to go back to go forward. And this is what I mean. Personally, I just came back from Nigeria, and one of the things I noticed was the airport. I was very excited because I didn't get heat wave immediately I came out of the airport. I don't know if anyone has experienced or know exactly what I'm talking about. Typically, when I arrive and I come out, you just get a blast of warm air that kisses your face, and you're like, "Oh my God, where am I?" I didn't have that experience this time, and I was very happy. A few people were looking at me like I was crazy, but for me, I was like, things are changing. It is just a drop that keeps adding up, that makes the difference. You know, I got up to the point of the immigration bit there, and I saw how it is when you come into the UK that you scan your passport and you go through. And I saw the few of them, and again, I was inside of me was boiling up with excitement, and I was just looking to the left and right, and I was like, "Oh my gosh, this is amazing." Now, I'm saying this to say this. When you want to build an amazing edifice, so think of a high-rise building, 1,004 building in Victoria, London, just a beautiful building. You have to lay an amazing foundation. The ground needs to be solid rock. If it's not solid rock, no matter what you put on it, it's going to fall. Now, let's reflect it back to Nigeria. For where we are right now, I don't know why we assume, and I use the word "we" because that's all of us, that it's going to change just like that. I don't know who deluded us or who made us make the assumption to believe that the moment a new president, in this case, President Bola Tinubu, maybe he gets on the seat, everything is just going to change. It doesn't work like that. We have to go back to the basis to build an amazing foundation. And what am I talking about an amazing foundation? Right at the airport, there are people who were still asking me for money to help me with services that I did not need. I had people throughout my experience while I was in Nigeria still wanting to take out of me because in quote I'm from abroad. And so I have money at the back of my house where I am blocking it, and I brought it deliberately to deliver to them. And I'm saying to myself, I wish you know how much we work here. In the cold, for that matter. I wish you know how people are doing 3 jobs, 4 jobs, 5 jobs. I wish you know that people still sleep on the road here in the abroad that you're thinking about. I don't know why you think we are special, because we're not. Yes, we have infrastructure that work here. That's what makes the difference. Again, I traveled the road from Lagos to Ibadan, and the journey was smooth. I've also done Lagos to Bidemi. The road was smooth. I was excited. Things are happening. I guess this is what I'm trying to say. For everyone, despite all the bad things that are being highlighted, there are good things that are happening. And I'm part of the people who celebrate the little trickles, the little drop in the ocean. You know, a lot of people say to me, "Toks, what are you doing in politics?" said, if I'm not there, who's going to be there? Who's going to be speaking for me? Who's going to be speaking for my children? I genuinely want to serve with all of the inside of me. I really want to say Nigeria that I can be proud of. A Nigeria that we can say, this was how it was before, and this is how it is. It's a journey. So I'm going to go continue with what brought me here today in terms of talking about the impact of the new agenda for President Bola Ahmed Tinubu on the women. And to say that, I thought to myself, how many people actually know that there is a website for the renewed hope? So that's a question for you right now. Does anybody know there's a website for the renewed hope? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There you go. You're shouting renewed hope, you don't even know. And that doesn't mean you specifically, we all collectively. And I'm not having to go at anyone. But I'm saying this, if you want to be part of the solution, you need to know what is going on. You need to know what is going on. Now, there is a website for your benefit. Please go check it out for the Renewed Hope initiative. And it's active. And everything that is being done is being uploaded on that website. Now, I went there, and it's a non-governmental organization, of course, and it delivers programs. And one of the key things that stood out for me is a slogan that says, delivering impact, empowering lives. Now they have 5 categories where they have put the initiatives for agriculture, economic empowerment, social investment, health, and education. If you're like me, I think that is really good. I believe that if we really do this well, and do this well means that we put our mindset is right. We're not trying to cheat each other. We're trying to, you're giving money to do a job, you do a good job. Don't do a soft job. If you're going to go to work 8 o'clock, be at work at 8 o'clock, not 10 o'clock. And when you're at work, you're on Facebook, you're on social media, you're working, you're doing the job that you're paid to. If we all do our part, I promise you things are going to change. All these excuses, all these things we're saying that we're blaming the government. I said someone was, trying to let me put it into someone misbehaved, and I said, oh, that's president, isn't it? That president told you to do that, isn't it? That's him. But any content is the government. Everything in the world is the problem. It's the government's fault. No one wants to hold accountability that I'm actually not accountable for my actions. I'm not doing the right thing at the right time with the right people. When people are doing things that are not right, you don't have the guts to tell them that, bro, sis, what you're doing is actually wrong. I'm not that school of thought. I'm actually very different. If you're doing something wrong, I tell you to your face you're doing something wrong. I might be diplomatic in my approach, but I will let you know. And you will know straight away that we are not going in the same direction and can two work together except they agree. Now, the goal for the renewed hope for your benefit, for those who haven't checked it out, is to ensure women in Nigeria are engaged in productive activities that contribute to the social, economic development of individuals, communities, and the nation at large. Now, there's a lot of things that have been done, and I'm not going to come here to come and do like a propaganda and start saying, oh, this, but I just want to highlight a few that has been done to show you things are happening, just like our last speaker has said. Emphasize the goodness that we have. And more than ever, before I leave, I want to say, can everyone do take time to pray for the government? And everyone says pray, yes. Yoruba is amazing, but I know they say something along the line that for something that is good, you pray. And for something that is not good, you pray. Because it does have an impact, it does do something. And also the words that we profess out of our mouths, oh my gosh, Nigeria is bad, Nigeria is wicked, Nigeria is happening to you. I'm thinking, is that good or bad? The more you keep confessing negativity, I don't know how you expect it to change. If you want to see something good, you say exactly what you want. Now, I'll give you a good example. I have a headache. Imagine me saying, I have a headache, I have a headache, I have a headache. I'm thinking, that does not sound right. If you're like me, I go to church. I'm saying I'm the healed and not the sick because I don't want to feel that headache anymore. And whatever part of the world you are, you probably take medicine, you probably sleep, you relax to feel better. But you don't go around saying I have headache everywhere. But that is what we do. Every time we open our mouth to talk about Nigeria, there is nothing positive to say. So today I just want to share with you a few of the positivity that I have seen in Nigeria, and hope that I sell you the idea to promote positive thinking. And don't, how do I say this? I am not delusional. I am not making it seem like everything is going to go away. No. What I'm saying is that if I do my part, if you do your part, together as a collective, we will get to our destination together. No one left behind. So, I'm just going to read what I wrote until I can talk for Africa. So good afternoon, I'm Olunloyo, the Diaspora coordinator. I reflect briefly on how President Tinubu's renewed hope agenda has touched lives of women, what is working where the gaps are, and how professional women at home and in the diaspora can amplify impact. Now, the renewed hope agenda positions or talks more about social welfare, job, health, and economic inclusion as national priorities, and several women-focused empowerment initiatives. And for those who don't know, the First Lady is the chairperson or chairman of the Renew Hope initiative. Now, for women, the practical impacts today are mixed. So there is a clearer path for credit, and I know that Honorable Secretary mentioned that as well. So we have clear pathways for credit. There's training and cash support intended to reach women. In fact, in another group I'm in, I knew that they had the IT support initiative for every state in Nigeria, where they were training them on IT. Now, the implementation and coverage may remain uneven, and that is a fact. And what I mean by some areas may not be reached. You know how I said some roads have been fixed, some roads may not still be fixed. But if we do our bit, pray for our government, and remain positive, it will get everywhere. Now, the government has also publicly flagged plans to expand credit access and programs that could benefit women entrepreneurs as well. As professional women in the diaspora, our role is threefold. Now, this is what we as diaspora, this is what I would like us to hold on to. If there's anything I've said today, this is what I want you to hold on to. So, a hold for accountability, partner with implementers on scalable projects. So, training, mentorship, financing, and thirdly, amplify women's lived experiences so that policies respond to real needs. Now, I will expatiate more now and then talk about some programs that I saw. So, there's the Women ICT training that the First Lady, she recently just performed the closing ceremony this year, actually last month, if I'm correct, where it was an empowerment program for ICT. The National Information Technology Development Agency Women ICT Training Empowerment, that's a mouthful, that's NIDTA. So the goal for LEADER, which is the abbreviation, is to target 95% national digital literacy by 2030. Now the impact so far, what they've done, this women ICT training, under this renewal, they have trained, so starting from 5 women initially, right now they've trained over 607 women across Nigerian states. And for 2025 specifically, the 320 participants that joined this initiative from the 6 geopolitical zones were presented with brand new laptops and seed money, which is 200,000 naira each, to go forward and implement. Now, fighting childhood cancer, that's another initiative. Again, this is all about raising awareness, promoting early detection, and inspiring care and compassion for children battling the diseases across the continent. Now, the First Lady, again, she has continued the mission of trying to explain and foster collaborations, compassion, and collective action for a healthier and more prosperous Africa. And this again was held on the 15th of October 2025 at the Gambia, which is the 12th edition of the First Lady Initiative Committee. I also wrote here education for out-of-school children. Getting support for over more than 15 million out-of-school children in Nigeria. That is the largest number globally. Now, what's she doing? She's just met with the founder of Qatar Foundation Sheka, Musa, Bent, Nasa, El Mitni. Hopefully I did justice to the pronunciation of the name. But what I'm trying to say is that there are things being done, there's collaboration being done to make a difference to what is happening right now. I have 2 more to go. I have the women's health and childbirth mortality. Basically, they just commissioned a 100-bed maternal and child specialist hospital in Gombe State. Again, the hope of this, which is the impact, is to provide quality healthcare services, reduce maternal and infant mortality, and bring relief to families in Gombe State and beyond. Now, the last, and by no means the least, like I said, I just selected a few just to show you impact of what is going on. There's donation of menstrual hygiene packs to girls and women, and this launches is a national widespread distribution of these packs. Again, it's supposed to help people who cannot afford, and this again was hosted in Gombe State. And the impact is to empower schoolgirls by promoting knowledge, dignity, and confidence through improved menstrual hygiene. Again, this is going to go to all states, including the Federal Capital Territory. They are all going to receive 10,000 packs of disposable sanitary towels. Now, in closing, this is what I'm going to say. We can stay and point our fingers and the remaining is pointing at us, or we can be part of the solution. And it doesn't matter whether it is President Ahmed or it is another president, but we are all part of nation building. And if I do my part, and do my part is have the right mindset, think right, don't think of cheating my brother and my sister, do a good job. Be a good human being. That's as basic I can say. If all of us commit to doing that, the renewed hope will happen to all of us, rather than the way we are saying Nigeria is happening to us right now. So I will close by saying, please register on the website to partake of all these initiatives. If there's anyone that speaks to you, that jumps at you, be a part of it, because by that way you are lending your voice in supporting us. Thank you very much, everyone.